Some days I look back and I really miss the Scat Pack. Did a lot of things to that car, and I kind of had it just right a few months before I decided to switch up to a Hellcat. One of the things I regret not doing from the beginning was an air ride suspension. In New Jersey, static low is not possible. I mean, it is for some people, but not for someone who dailies and tries to take care of, enjoy their car. Air ride gives you that flexibility of driving low, parking slammed, and shifting into monster truck mode when you really want to pull into a driveway that's a little bit out of control. So that being said, welcome to the first video in the series of my journey to bagging the Challenger Widebody Hellcat. Alright, before we get started, let's do a quick disclaimer. Universal Air, AccuAir, who unfortunately has shut down, and Viair and Airlift Performance are not sponsors of this video. So talking about these brands, if you guys make any purchases, there's no kickbacks for me. There's no money going to me to make this video for them. So that being said, anything you see here, any of the things that I felt, after research is what I wanted to go with. If you guys make any purchases, just keep in mind, I'm not here to make you buy this stuff. This is the stuff that I wanted to go with for my Hellcat. Now, if you guys do want to help out the channel, all the tools I use in these videos and all my videos, I have Amazon affiliate links in the description below. If you click on those links and buy some tools, Amazon gives me a % of the profit for those tools that you buy. If you're not interested in helping the channel, that's cool as well. You can copy and paste the names of those products and throw them into your Amazon and buy them affiliate link free as well. Same price for you guys no matter what. It's just Amazon giving me a cut of their profits. A couple bucks here and there every month really goes to help out buying more tools so I can do more jobs like this a little bit quicker. All right, so now that all the disclaimers are out of the way, let's talk about the vehicle specific parts first. So starting here, this is the rear air spring. This is from Universal Air Suspensions. So we're not talking about universal suspensions that could be used on any car. The name of the company is Universal Air. They make some pretty wicked bags, and this one is actually from my Scat Pack. This one here has a couple hundred miles on it. This is the air spring for the rear of the Scat Pack, and we're going to be using that on the Hellcat because these are interchangeable. The factory strut on the back of the Hellcat. Obviously we have the active suspension on the Hellcat. All we need to do to modify that is we need to pull that factory strut out while we install this, and we're going to either remove or cut the bump stop. By doing that, it allows the car to go even lower. So the bump stop on the Scat Pack was about this big. We pop that piece out. Now obviously the bump stop is there to protect your shocks from doing metal to metal contact, but if you're not riding on the ground and hit a bump, then you're not going to get that metal to metal contact. So use common sense. If you're going to remove the bump stop to get even lower, just don't drive super low so those shocks bottom out. They could bottom out a couple times without doing any damage, but one good hit or a couple good hits, it's really going to take out those shocks. So just be careful with that. Now for the front, we have an assembly here that I actually have to put together. So basically you have the air inlet right about here. You put on the push to connect fitting here. You mount this plate here, and then basically as I remove the spring from the suspension in the front, we're going to slide this in its place. It's got a whole bracket system that goes in place using some of their own parts as well as parts from the original shock. Put all this together and you have the whole front assembly. So again, these are from Universal Air. I'll leave their information in the description below. Zach over at Universal Air is an awesome guy. He helped me out a ton on the Scat Pack install, which is one of the reasons why I bought all of this stuff, except for the tank, from them this time around. Just because, if I'm going to buy the bags from them, they're going to sell me everything else, right down to, hopping on the phone with him and discussing, getting nickel-plated parts as opposed to standard brass ones when available. So again, if you're looking for a system, Universal Air is definitely a good place to go if you want to buy everything at once. Now the only reason I didn't go with the tank, so let's switch over to the tank. The only reason I didn't go with the tank from Universal Air was because I wanted one of the last AccuAir Endo setups. If you remember, on the Scat Pack we had the AccuAir Endo CVT, which has the pumps, the valves, and the tank all in one in this beautiful kind of setup here. Right now I've got the protective plastic on it, but this is like a satin finish bronze Cerakote. Looks absolutely amazing. It's going to look amazing in the trunk. But since AccuAir is no more, I really didn't want to spend money on getting a tank with a pump and valves and have to worry about warranty claims if it should fail. So we're going with this tank, nothing in it, all the extra stuff is going to be on the outside. So the next step is the Viair 444Cs. Now, I went with the 444Cs over the 480Cs because I watched a bunch of videos online and the price difference is almost double for a pair of 480Cs. And you're only going to get a minute or two shaved off of your fill time, and they're a tiny bit quieter from what I understand. So these are just comparison videos I've seen online. I have not done any testing on these, but to be honest, $289 for a pair of pumps versus $439, I really think that this was the best option. I mean, I'm really not going to complain about an extra minute or so. Also, when you pick these up, you got the option between satin black, which is what I have. These are called the Stealth. And then they have the chrome model, which are highly polished and super pretty. Kind of want something that would sit hidden in the background. This is the angle you're going to see from when you look in my trunk. So this fits in that area right behind the back seat. Sitting right here is going to be the airlift 3-piece setup. And the air lines are going to go straight down. So this is the front. This is the back seat right here. So everything will be hidden back here. Hopefully these kind of disappear. Connectivity to tank is going to include a water trap, which this is all just loose fit right now. I got to figure out, because this really doesn't work too well for me, which means I got to take this board apart, remove the carpet, and cut a hole in it, which is something I didn't think about. I measured everything triple time, and obviously I didn't account for the the drain. But I'm wondering, does anybody know if these could be installed at a slight, angle? Obviously below 90 degrees, like maybe like about there. So I could still utilize it and still drain it and twist it without having to worry about anything. So right up here is going to be the Airlift Performance Manifold. Unfortunately, shipping hasn't arrived yet, but it's going to be mounted up about yo high. And I have a 3D printed mount that I made for it. What we're going to do is we're going to run the airline straight down through this cutout here, through the floor, right, and they're going to basically wind up right above the diff. And I'm going to run it through 4 Ip68 pass-through grommets, which I'll show you on screen now. We'll go into how these things work when we do the install. But basically, it completely seals the hole that you create with a rubber gasket, so you don't have to worry about rust. It allows the airline to pass through without any risk of it being cut or nicked from the metal. And the outer shell, the part that screws on and locks it in place, contains a rubber gasket. So as you screw that tightly, it seals the rubber gasket right up against the thing. So there's no chance of water or contaminants coming into the vehicle, no chance of cutting anything. It's a perfect fit. I mean, I found it to be the perfect solution the last time I ran this kit, so we're going to do it again this time. And they're like $11 on Amazon for enough to do the whole car. The reason for the fifth one is, do I want to dump the air outside the car so you get that super loud when you air out, or do I want to dump it inside with a muffler? And what that does is it makes it super quiet, so when your car drops, nobody hears it. So one of the reasons I only went with the 3P system versus getting the full 3H system right out of the gate is because the last time with the AccuAir setup, I didn't install the height sensors. I never got around to it. It's more of an annoyance. They break. There's always an issue here or there with a height sensor. I mean, don't get me wrong. For the most part, they work great, but you have to be prepared, first of all, to figure out where the heck to mount them correctly. And second of all, you have to be prepared, because once in a while they will break on you, and you need to have a replacement on hand. You need to know what you're doing to get in there and replace them. Otherwise, you're just going to have to deal with pressure only and an alert and all that good stuff. So I think that's it in a nutshell for this install, or this video. We're going to go into basically plumbing up the tank in the next one. So we'll go through all the connections for the plumbing of the tank, sealing all the opening holes, and obviously this will be a little bit different on each tank that you get, but the main part about connecting everything will be the same. So once all the parts come in, we get everything mounted up and ready to roll, I'll go through the process of how to put in all the caps, what Loctite thread sealer to use, and everything like that. So that concludes this video. If you guys are looking for like day-by-day updates, definitely follow me on Instagram. I post up Instagram stories when I start, halfway through, and sometimes at the tail end of getting some work done on the car. So you guys will know where I'm at in real time versus waiting for me to be done with the install and kind of cut up some YouTube videos to distribute. Right now, I'm as far as I can go, and I'm kind of stuck. Can't go any further until my parts arrive this week, so you're getting a preview of what's going on. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget, gently press that like button. If you're stopping by for the first time, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching.